Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Welcome to my podcast.
Hi, this is Mike O'Mara here to remind you that if you're starting a business, forming an LLC, or getting a will, LegalZoom will provide the personal attention you need to help take care of the details. LegalZoom is not a law firm, but provides self-help services at your specific direction. Enter discount code TMOS for more savings at LegalZoom.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Get to know me.
Oh, is that the name of the segment?
Get to know me. It's really more like get to know us. We are blessed, and I mean blessed.
Yes.
To have both of our interns, intern Mac and intern Robbie, are both in studio with us today. And I don't know which one of you, Rob or Oscar, who came up with a brilliant idea
of
him. Having a segment, Oscar Santana segment. He gets the authorship on this.
Yes.
The segment entitled Get to Know Us, where we ask questions to see which intern really knows us best.
I think the rules should work this way, Mike. You will start, and we will move in a clockwise manner. You will start by choosing an intern and then posing a question to the intern about either Oscar or myself. The intern answers, and then Oscar and I will confirm whether or not it was correct or incorrect.
True.
Yes, and then we play the 20.
Can you explain that again?
Okay, you will start. You will ask one of the... It is your choice.
Why does your microphone... I know you love to have guests, but turn theirs down and yours up. Because I'm hearing you talk like this a little
Well,
bit.
he doesn't talk into the microphone.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
No, it's not that, actually.
He talks to the side of the microphone.
That should be much better.
Okay,
That's
so...
not that much better.
So, so I go first?
Yes, and what you do is you choose one of the interns, and then you say, "Fuck you, Oscar."
Could you try that again, but into the mic? You like talking off mic for some reason.
I'm not. I'm right on the microphone. No, I'm right on the microphone. That's just silly.
Do me a favor. You're driving me nuts because of the mic. You know how you have it? You have it like that. That's the way you...
Yes.
You're talking across it with your mic at that angle. Turn it down. Lift the whole boom up. Lift the whole boom. And then turn the microphone down towards your face. There you go.
It's going to sound exactly the same.
No, it's not.
But even if it
I'm
didn't,
enough of an audiophile to know that it's not. It's actually going to sound better.
This is... I'm marveling at how grand I sound right now. Thank you.
You sound clearer.
You don't sound the same.
All right, let me tell you. I'm going to give an example right now.
Right.
All right. Here we go. I'm talking right now.
Yes, that was
There's a
Rob 2 minutes ago.
No, but
degradation
it's
of
the
audio
same
quality.
angle. It's
If I
the
lift
same
it up-
angle.
If I lift it up like that, that is not the same angle.
It was the same on mine. It's different on yours. And also note that what you hear is not what I hear, because you're hearing a
I know,
send.
and I know you just changed your send to me.
Right, because
I know
wanted
that's
to
what
sound,
you did.
I
Even though
wanted to
I
sound
will
better
go
to
back
you.
and listen. I will listen to it today, and I will make my final determination.
Okay, and you know what? That's a lie
No, I
too.
won't.
This is a whole tapestry of lies.
It is not a tapestry of lies, you bastard.
Oh, that'd be a great book.
All right,
Tapestry of Lies.
This is Get to Know Us.
On the 20.
Rob
Yes.
and Oscar and myself and Mike, we're going to ask the interns questions about each other and not them. And the intern that knows the most about all of us will be the winner. Pony, are you going to keep score?
First to 10 points. He will.
Yes. No, let's make it first to 100 points, 10 points each question. Always like to do that, just kind of a game show thing. You know what I mean? Pony, so each intern gets 10 points, and make sure that we have asked each intern the proper amount of questions, which means they're equal amounts of questions.
I know
That's
how
the
we
way
can do
should
that. What you will choose the first one, and then we'll alternate.
I will choose the first question or first intern.
Both.
Okay.
And also, there's no penalty for a wrong answer, so please guess.
Who gets to ask the first? Rob, you ask the first question. I will choose the intern.
Okay, you choose the intern, Mike.
All right, very good. Let's go with intern Mac.
Mac, I would like you to entertain a question about Mike O'Mara.
Sure.
When Mike O'Mara was but a boy, he had a book that taught him about hockey. Who wrote that book?
Oh, I have to stop you right there.
Okay.
Can the intern steal? Can they steal too?
I don't know. The rules have not really been set in stone. I say yes.
I say
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, because with that that's how they undermine each other.
Right.
We have to have undermining. Undermining's fun.
And isn't it exciting to have them both here on the same day?
And incidentally, the question's been asked, and your time is up, Mac.
Yeah, I do
You
not,
have an
I do
answer?
not- I do not know the answer.
Rob with 1B.
I'll guess Wayne Gretzky.
No,
Mike is much
Boo.
older than that.
It's or on ice.
Yes.
Or on ice.
Everybody
Great first
knows
question.
that.
Great first question. All right, it's
Bobby
now.
Orr, Mike.
It's Bobby Orr. Bobby Orr.
Bobby Orr on the ice.
Rob Spiewak for a bonus question. Even though you're not an intern anymore,
Yes.
let me ask you this: do you remember the story behind that book? Kind of a very big upset in the O'Mara household.
I don't.
My mother, when she was cleaning out the house, getting ready to go to the assisted living home,
Yes. So
she
relatively
gave
recent.
She gave it to the neighbor boy.
The neighbor boy.
She gave
That's not
neighbor
okay.
boy.
Neighbor
She was sitting there. I had, count 'em, one possession in that house that probably had tremendous sentimental value to me. And she said, "Oh, by the way, that 13-year-old boy that shovels my walk in the wintertime, he's so nice. And he plays hockey. So I gave him your Bobby Orr book." And I was like, "Ah, no." And then for Christmas or a birthday, one of those holidays, Carla located it online and got me another copy of it.
Oh, but it wasn't the same one.
It was. The boy was selling it.
It was-
You know what? That really sucks. That story was great because for a second I knew what I was going to get you for your birthday, and now I'm still back at square one.
Oh, yeah.
That
well,
$12.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it. Oscar Santana, you're next with a question for Rob with 1B.
Rob with 1B. Rob with 2 B's unofficially adopted a young African boy. What was his name?
Oh, give him the points.
That was Jabril.
Yeah.
Great follow at
Hey,
Jabrillions.
10 points.
Hey, for a 10-point bonus, what's his last name?
The only thing I'm thinking of is black, but that's terrible.
Yes, it's Jabril Black.
Oh, my
I
God.
don't know if that's okay.
Oh, my God.
That was
That's
really,
not okay.
Really harsh.
That's not you just calm down.
Yeah.
Are you from Manassas, boy? Is that where
Jesus.
you're from?
That's exactly where I'm from.
Okay, you just calm your ass down.
For what it's worth.
the
Not
brakes.
acceptable language on this show.
For what
Black.
it's worth, Bobby, we were looking.
His name is Blicky Blick.
what we were
God
looking
damn,
for.
all of a sudden we have an intern who's a South African apartheid prison guard all of a sudden. Hey, Blick, get into the back of the truck, Blick.
What we were looking for
I'll
was a
lose
predicate nominative, not a predicate adjective.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Right.
reset the board and we go to Mike O'Mara.
Matt, hold on, Mac. Do you want to steal? Do you want to steal? Do you
Yeah.
know the last name of Jabril?
I do not.
No.
Now, here's a little tutorial, Rob, with 1B, all right? The comedy answer would be, I know the last name, Rob. It's... I'm so sorry.
You know, Mike, I never forget the day we met Jabril when he ran into my yard and found the Coke bottle. And it was...
You guys are going to hell.
So
a
far,
handbasket.
10 points for Rob, and now my turn, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And this
Let
question
me
goes to
see.
Mac.
All right, Mac. Mac, here is your question. Rob Spiewak's mother's first name.
Oh, it's a good question.
I do not know that.
Yeah.
Somehow I find that comforting.
Rob with 1B, would you like to steal?
Tabitha.
Our interns suck.
A really
Our
white name.
interns suck.
They really do.
Swear to God. All right, we
I'll
have
think
time
of
for
the
another
whitest
go-round.
name I know. Tabitha.
All right, I guess...
It's Sharon.
Sharon.
Thank you very much.
Sharon. So now the board was reset, and we go to Rob for the first question.
Yes,
and it's
absolutely.
a question about Oscar. When he had his legendary breakup with his previous girlfriend, what was the first item of hers that he broke?
Oh, see, that's so tough.
Not
That is
for, not
so
for me.
tough.
I remember.
I'm going to guess her cell phone.
Cell phone, Oscar?
Negatory.
Yes.
No, I
You have a
broke
chance.
her.
Can I try? Can I try? Do you want to try to
Because he
steal,
gets
Mac?
to steal.
Matt.
Wasn't it her sunglasses?
Oh! 10 points. We have a tie.
Mac attack.
We have a tie.
Yeah, it's a Mac attack.
Question goes over to Mac. Mac with the question from Oscar Santana. Oscar, your turn. Take it away.
Mike was a legendary drinker, and he enjoys this particular beverage. What is the beverage?
Ooh.
Alcoholic.
Oh,
mind
Guinness?
The Mac attack has
you. My
ceased.
God.
Terribly sorry.
Yeah.
Guinness.
It goes. The board goes over to Rob with 1B.
Stereo.
I'd like to steal. That'd be Jameson Irish whiskey.
Oh! Wow.
Big
Wow,
win.
Patterson. 20 points. 20 points.
That was a layup.
I also would have accepted in years past Amstel Light. That you
Yeah,
drank
well-
Amstel for a long time.
Or Michelob Ultra.
That's true.
Oh, you were a big Michelob Ultra guy. I
Or
remember
Grey
that.
Goose vodka for a time.
And NyQuil.
Or, Bailey's Irish Cream
yeah.
when the mood would strike me
Yeah.
a little bit.
Oh, and didn't you had what is the French orange liqueur?
Grim Marnier.
Yeah, you had a Grand Marnier.
I thought you were a big cognac guy.
No, not
Cognac.
really. Cognac.
Cognac.
Cognac. There, put it together. Who's that guy that put that thing together
Guy in
yesterday?
Alexandria. Do you remember, Mike, when before they built the amusement park in New York and the Cognacs that roamed the wild side? You jerks.
Okay, is it back to me?
Yes,
And who am I asking the question of?
Mr. Ford.
Mr. Ford. Rob Ford. All right, let me see. All right, here we go. Oscar Santana, please tell me the name of his brother's wife, who is also a doctor.
Oh, that is a ball buster. Think white.
He always does.
Jesus.
Oh, you know what? I'll modify it. That's too difficult.
Okay.
I'm going to modify it on the fly. Oscar's brother practices a particular form of medicine. Can you tell me what that medicine that he practices?
He is not white.
I believe it's anesthesiology.
Woo! He's got
that
it.
good for 10?
Yeah.
That's
But
right. It's
to
the
be more
sister.
specific, isn't it pediatric?
No,
That's the
my brother is anesthesiologist.
His
wife-
brother-in-law is a pediatrician.
Ah, there you are.
Yeah.
There you are.
And what is his sister? What is his sister's name?
I'm blanking
For a
on
bonus,
it.
for a 5-point bonus.
Oh man,
Think Latin. Actually, Russian.
Russian.
Yeah.
Mac, would you like to steal?
Carlita.
Correct answer, Tatiana.
Tatiana, that's right.
Tatiana.
Carlita, you
Correct answer is Tatiana.
guess
Thank you
Tabitha
very
might
much.
have been close.
Now it's to Rob Spiewak, and you
to
have a
Mac.
question for Mac.
I
Yes.
do. All right, Mac. There is a legendary story that dates back many years of Mike having a dildo shoved in the front of his automobile, unbeknownst to him. What was the name of that dildo?
I don't remember that. No.
You know what? He's so whimsical when he screws up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't.
Please, sir.
Please,
May I have some more?
I haven't
simply
a single idea.
I was simply trying to eat the ice cream. I wanted to.
Where's my
All right, Rob. Rob with 1B chance to steal.
spiel?
Big guess, but Vanes McGee.
Vanes McGee. I'm sorry, the judges will not accept it.
That's not gonna work.
Answer we're looking for:
jerk.
the Bulldog.
The Bulldog. And now it's on to Oscar Santana for the last question in this opening segment, and we will crown the intern with the most knowledge of our show compatriots. Whatever.
Okay,
All right.
perfect. It's for Rob with 1B.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Rob with 1B.
Yes.
It's difficult for us to come up with these questions because
No, I
we
have
really
one.
don't know
I
each other
want to
that
make
well.
one that's okay. This is perfect. So Rob with 2 Bs
Yeah.
has a best friend who is notorious on Facebook,
Yeah.
but he doesn't use his real name. What is his handle on
It's good.
Facebook?
I like that.
That's a good question.
It's been recently on the show. It's very good.
Is it Tab Patterson?
Tab Patterson, that famous alias. Tab Patterson. His real name, Roy Johnson.
Colonel Johnson.
Would you like to steal? Mac, would you like to steal?
I know it. The last name is Knight. But I think it's Damon. Maybe I'm wrong.
The last
Mac.
part of the last
Mac,
name
let me
is
ask
Knight.
you something. Mac, turn around. Just for, do you listen to the fucking show just out of curiosity?
Every day.
Every day. Okay. All right. So it's just
His retention level. It's tough.
you know,
It's
and I will
low.
give Mac credit, a little credit. It was almost there.
Yeah.
No,
it
it
was
wasn't.
almost there.
It wasn't at all.
It wasn't. You're not counting it.
No,
okay.
because he gave us the last part of the last name. That's like saying, what is the radio host's name? His name is Tana.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Mac, would you like the correct answer? I have it for you.
Sure.
The correct answer is Black Camaro Boy.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
I used to be able to name every nut that there was. And that used to drive my mother crazy. So I'd go to sleep. She'd hear me in the other room, and she would just start yelling. I'd say, peanut, hazelnut, cashew nut, macadamia nut. That was the one that would send her into going crazy. She said, you stop naming nuts. Pine nut, which is a nut, but it's also the name of the town. Pistachio nut, red pistachio nut, natural, all natural white pistachio nut.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Speedwack, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
To the strains of Kilimanjaro Cookout.
No, actually, Mike, it's Nutville.
Oh, it's Nutville. That's
Which is
right,
why I
it's
paired it
Nutville.
with the tape.
I somehow thought it was that. Maybe on the same album. I could be
Roar
wrong.
of 74, Mike.
Oh, you want that? This is when this might have been the era of Buddy Rich, although I don't mind it in retrospect, but it was different. Buddy was trying to be hip.
Yeah, he was
anyway.
eschewing his big band roots.
Yes. Live from the Cappy Piper Studios and heard worldwide, this is the Mike O'Mara Show. We are powered by Encore Insurance Services with over 24 million downloads heard daily at MikeO'MaraShow.com and exclusively over the air on the mighty 1630 KCJJ in the heart of the heartland. Go Hawks.
You know, Mike, I have something of a relationship with the people at KCJJ, but of all the listeners of the day, I guess this is one that Oscar would know, not us. This is the day of Juan Santiago.
Oh,
Juan Santiago.
¿Cómo estás? Señor.
Juan Santiago. Very good. The Mike O'Mara Show is a daily podcast and radio show with the greatest listeners on the planet. Why?
Pourquoi, Mike?
Because they get it. We mentioned Encore. We talk about Encore a lot because they are a huge supporter and a great advertiser, and they are people that can help you. So why don't you help them? If you're out there shopping insurance, you can find a wonderful company by using Encore. They're going to do all the work for you.
Yes.
What they do is survey the most highly rated insurance companies in the industry to compare their premiums. Encore will do the work. You don't have to do it, and there is no obligation. So all we want you to do is give it a try. Isn't that what it's all about? A try, boy. Oscar Santana used Encore, and you should too. Oscar, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate Encore Insurance Services?
Solid 10.
A solid 10. Here's the number to call, 866-347-5748, boy, to get a free life insurance quote, or visit smartterm.com.
That's SMARTTERM.com.
You're going to have to open a browser and then put it in the search bar, boy.
That's where you'll find the license disclaimer.
And quality customer service.
I don't know if Encore is going to welcome Jiminy Glick being featured on their commercial.
I'm sure they will.
That's where you'll find the
License disclaimer and quality customer service.
Encore Insurance Services, LLC. Check them out for us, but mostly for yourself. Stop paying too much for life insurance, boy. Protect your family. Rob and I haven't been doing a taping this early in a long time.
No, it's been years.
You're listening, and by the way, you're listening to Every Morning in Maine
Yep,
right now.
you're about right.
Protect your family the smart way.
At smartterm.com.
Welcome back to the show.
These are my boys, Matthew and Modine.
We are doing an like antiquated Martin Short bit.
Jiminy Glick
That-
and Lala Wood.
Jiminy Glick, not funny to like really sit down and watch a whole episode of
No,
it, but
no.
funny to just recount
Little
the way
bits of
he
it.
talks.
Little bits
'cause,
of it,
you know, funny stuff. All right, welcome to the show. We are taping the show early on Friday as the journey will begin from South Florida, and I would like to run through the moving parts, which I've been wanting to do for a couple of shows now, and these are the moving parts down here in Florida.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm uptight, other than the fact that there are many moving parts to this
Yes.
journey. All right? Would you like me to start with the bare bones of this?
Please,
okay?
give us a nucleus.
Yeah.
The one thing that is on my mind that I'm going to be doing is trailing a boat. And a lot of people that have trailed boats, and I've done it before, will tell you that it's just a little nerve-wracking because you're not in your own car. You're in your own car, but you're hauling this behemoth in back of you. And listen, to all the truckers out there and the big rigs, the 18-wheelers, the fact is this is nothing.
Yeah,
This is nothing.
When I
But
heard that you were kind of nervous about this,
you think it's silly, right? You think it's silly that I'm uptight?
Well, it'd be silly if you didn't have a trailer that was made for a boat and maybe you had to jerry-rig it up there. But
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
you're
right.
Exactly.
You're
You've
right.
got the tools for the job.
But it's
You're-
still
you're-
it's an
you're right, I
extra
do.
added. You know what? It's not easy to drive to Virginia from Florida. Period. That's a long trip on a lousy road, and he's just adding an extra layer of inconvenience. And
right.
I feel you. It's no fun at all.
And it's the actual distance that the ultimate destination, Bangor, Maine. That's really, it's just a long time, and there are many moving parts to this.
yeah,
you know,
you
so
have more storage room, which is great on the boat.
yeah, well, you're right. I mean,
Yeah.
don't think we're not doing that. And the fact is, if you add up the total passengers, it's going to be a boat on a trailer.
Das Boot.
And it's going to be transporting all of the studio equipment from down here.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be transporting all of the clothing for a month that Carl and I have down here. It is transporting a
So many
chihuahua.
outfits, Mike. How many
Yes.
fabulous outfits are you bringing?
Oh, I'm bringing all my cocktail dresses. And as a matter of fact, the steamer trunk that I'm putting everything in, my Titanic-style steamer trunk.
Covered
No.
with stickers from all the places you've been?
Yes, and I'm very excited. Yeah,
Did you
she's
guys-
lovely. She's a lovely boat, the Titanic. Yes,
you-
no one can sink her.
Did you keep your winter clothes or did you shed them?
Shed most of them. They're
Yeah,
in
that's what I
storage.
thought.
Yeah,
They're
you
in
might
storage
need them
collection.
because we're getting a cold snap up here.
Yeah, well, actually, up where we our
It gets
final
chilly.
destination, our final destination.
That's
that sounds
sad,
like
right?
a horror movie. Final destination. The final destination could be chilly up there.
At
It could
night.
be,
That's right. That's why we have an intern to build us a
nighttime chilly.
flyer.
Stop doing that with your back. Stop doing that, Mac. You're driving me nuts. You're driving me nuts. I can see that. Stop it with the hands.
Close your iPad, son. Close your
anyway,
iPad.
What are you? Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
a
what
sec.
is he
Yeah.
doing? Is he doing something for the show?
Give
The
him
other day I
microphone,
gave
Tony.
Rob.
Help me out here,
Yes.
please. Thank you.
God, don't give him two mics,
I'm updating a show page.
which could be done on his time.
No, let him do it. Let him do it. He's there early. I don't care. Go ahead.
You're
do it.
working
Do
on the
what you were
iPad
doing.
on the WordPress site? Oh, pretty impressive. Why wouldn't
So
you use
that's
a computer?
initiative, right, Oscar? That's
Yes,
initiative.
I'm pretty impressed. It's,
All right, that's
it's
what
not
he's
really
doing.
easy to do.
Right,
Look
good.
at him.
Okay, great.
So, Mac,
okay.
why don't you
Thank
leave the room? No, I'm just kidding.
You know, if you really want to help the show, there's an unair conditioned hallway. Why don't you wheel a task chair out there and
He's
sit
just
there?
working on the program.
Can I get back to everything? Okay,
Yes.
so we have boat, we have trailer, we have luggage for Mrs. O'Mara, we have luggage for Mr. O'Mara. We have entire studio being transported.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That includes mixing board, all the audio equipment, this lovely backdrop that I have here, all of that
Your makeup
being
mirror.
loaded in. Then now would you like the living creatures that are going to be being
Please.
transported?
Yeah.
We have Mr. O'Mara. We have Mrs. O'Mara. We have 11-month-old baby.
Yes.
We have Pug. We have Chihuahua. And when we get to Virginia, we have 16-year-old daughter. So it is, it's daunting. This is a daunting journey.
At this
is
point,
something
Mike-
that maybe would require a large semi to transport everybody's stuff.
Do you
That's the way I'm
regret
looking
buying the Cooper Mini now?
at it. I will tell you that my Honda CRV CrossFit, or whatever they call
That's
them,
it. The crossover.
The crossover.
my Honda CrossFit is going to be fine for this trip. I'm just so Oscar. It's not just trailing the boat.
Yes.
It's and here's the thing: if it was just putting the boat on the back of the car, trailing it from point A to point B, and unloading the boat,
Yes.
would not be that big a deal.
Right.
But this boat will be detached from the vehicle on 3 separate occasions.
And correct me if I'm wrong. The hardest part about trailering a boat is attaching the trailer to your vehicle.
That
That's
is
the
true.
thing that sucks the most.
That is true.
Do you
And
know
when
my
the guy,
father? My father bought a video monitor. He has a mini camera that he
Yes.
clips on the back of his car, and then a small TV set in his car, so he can
Back up and see where
back
he's
up
clicking on.
and do the boat himself. But he requires that. It's a really tough.
Yeah, but if you
project.
have 2 people, it's not hard.
it's
'cause you
still
just
pretty
line
hard.
it up.
It's pretty hard.
Oh no, I've seen it done.
Well,
it's
I don't
pretty
know.
easy.
When my father and I do it, you see, my father and I lack patience. And if you lack patience, it's a tough job. I'm
well,
sure Mike
I
will
got
do
news
fine.
for you. When we get up there on
Yes.
Sunday morning, Oscar.
Yes.
I'm going to put you to work.
Oh, I've done this before. One of my
Because
parents.
you're going to be the guy that's going to be crawling around the
my
the
God!
boat when I launch it.
One of my parents' friends.
He's gone.
They
He's
had a,
gone.
They had a boat, and he would let me drive the car all the time before I had a license.
Right. Oh, you loved it.
It was awesome because I would take the boat trailer and hook it up with him. It'd be awesome.
It was before he had a license when he was 22.
I'll look forward to. I'm going to be, utilizing people because the other thing, man of larger carriage, hopping around on, little bitty dinghies and things like that. It's going to be, it's going to be interesting. To say the very least. It's going to be.
We're going to see a headline that says the tides are rising when we all get in the boat.
Yes, it'll be fine. It's going to be just fine.
It will be fine.
I will tell you this: when Oscar and Rob and Rob's son and Carla and the baby and Shannon and everyone we're all on the boat, I think this is going to be the sound of the boat. It's going to be going.
Hey, don't forget about this guy.
Oh no, he might not be coming. I'm sorry. No, I really don't think that Rob with one B, Rob with two B's, and Mike O'Mara will be on the boat together. As a matter of fact, Rob with one B. Can I be honest with you? Can we all just kind of go separate? I already hear the jokes. I already hear the jokes that my family's going to be making up there. You know, where it's going to be. Are you going to be bringing the chubby checkers with you again?
Yes.
Up to Maine.
I can see us standing in a row, and they're going to say, "Look, it looks like before, during, and after."
You know what? Now that I've thought of it, let's take a break. We need to address Maine and the three fat men and how we're going to live because that has to be planned for.
Understood.
I S you not. We will take a break. Come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show. Serious.
I swear to God, Jack.
Oh, my God. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This segment of our program is brought to you by Legal Zoom.
Zoom!
You know, America was built by innovators and dreamers. We've told you this before. People like Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, they laid the foundation for our country. Now, down here, Thomas Edison and Henry Ford spent a lot of time with their inventions.
Yes.
And also, they spent a lot of time together. They were very good friends. People didn't realize that. Most of you don't know. We have the Edison house down here. He lived down here. These days, it's the inventors and entrepreneurs all around us, just like you, that keep our country running, fueling the job market and the economy. This month, LegalZoom celebrates innovation by helping you launch your dream. Apply for a patent to secure your invention, register your trademark to protect your products and services, incorporate or form an LLC, and launch your business. Visit LegalZoom.com and use discount code TMOS. They'll provide the personal attention you need and help take the care out of all the details. They'll take care of all the details, is what I tried to say there. They've helped over 1 million businesses get started right, and they've received an A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Celebrate innovation with LegalZoom today and get a special price on trademark, copyright, or provisional patent applications by using the discount code TMOS at checkout. Remember, LegalZoom provides legal help through independent attorneys and self-help, but they're not a law firm. LegalZoom.com, discount code TMOS. And we thank you for that, everybody.
Wonderful.
Welcome back to the show. Okay, we have to figure the fat men thing out.
What's
okay,
the
look,
problem?
I'm looking at Rob, I'm looking at me, and I'm looking at Rob with 1B. We're massive. The three of us are like, I mean, it's just, I don't see, I see separate cars.
Oh, yeah,
I see
one
that
SUV
right away.
just for you
Well,
guys.
that's fine. You know, I've got a mid-size. I've got I think like the equivalent of a Chevy Blazer. Do they still make a Chevy Blazer?
Are you taking the Tahoe up to Maine?
No. We're
Oh,
renting
you're
a car.
flying and you're renting. What are you renting? Are you renting?
We're
Are you
renting.
renting an SUV?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay, so you're a mid-size SUV?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, that's flawless.
So we'll be okay. And also, as far as Rob on the boat, it really, it seems like we're, sort of excluding him, but we're not. Because Mike always requires someone to stand on the pier with a lantern. And that will be your job.
When are they coming back?
No, I'll take Rob. I'll take Rob with 1B out on the boat. It's just not necessarily when we're all on the boat together.
Now that we can take turns.
I just, to be honest with you, I'd like to do little, shift work on the boat.
Capsize.
Take different people over at different times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the way I'd like to do it. But who knows?
Well, you might not
maybe
even
I'm getting
see
ahead of it.
see Shannon and I because we've got a whole week of Acadia National Park planned out.
Excellent.
Ooh. Oh. So,
we'll
you
probably
know
take
what
your
he's
daughter
saying.
with
Watch
us.
out for
You know
people
what he's
with hockey
saying.
masks.
They're already he's already setting the table for as much distance from us as they possibly.
And you know
now,
what?
Oscar, are you going to do a lot of are you going to do a lot of
Burbank.
hiking? Are you going to do a lot of hiking? Is that what you're going to
Yes, but I figured we'd
Yeah.
take Elizabeth with us, and maybe if Rob's son wants to come with us, little Rob.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what he'd be
that-
doing?
yeah,
He'd be out there looking for a Wi-Fi signal. I got nothing yet.
Now let me ask this. Because I want to know how far the apple falls from the tree. Robert III, he's
Yes.
athletic. He plays basketball.
Yes.
My daughters and my daughter Elizabeth, absolutely top of her hit parade. Believe it or not,
Really?
is going on long hikes out there. Do you think Robert the third is
I
hiking
think
material?
that he would like it, and here's why. He thinks the world of Oscar. I have no
Aw,
idea
why
why.
not?
Yeah.
And so, you know what? If he has an opportunity to get away from you and me, and face it, Mike, the bloom is off the rose with us. I mean,
Right.
once you feed him lobster, he'll be back in your good graces. But until
Yes.
then, he tires of us.
I'm also-
But Oscar, he likes. So I think
Very
he would. I think he would hike.
I'm taking the drone as I hike.
Oh, that is so cool. I totally am into you coming back in the evening
Oh, yeah.
and sitting around and
Or
checking
not.
out the video you get. Or not. What a jerk. Or not. Now, we mentioned yesterday, was it in the bonus show or the regular show? But we talked about Rob with 1B and the fact that he is really an unknown. He's kind of a wild card. We've only known him for a relatively short period of time. I'm extremely fond of the lad, as you know that, but I've really not gotten to know him.
We've
and
not spent
everything
a lot
could
of
change
time with
up in
him.
Maine.
Yeah.
Right.
It's very, very intense togetherness in Maine. Even though the house is spacious and there's
Yes.
lots of destinations, you can spend all day in the house and not see each other. However,
Right.
the time together, it just seems very intimate.
Right, exactly.
yeah.
Let me go through the discussion yesterday with Rob. Is that you were going to have some butler duties when you're up there, since you are you're horning in on this trip. You are going to have some butler duties.
I believe
So
this
are
was at the conclusion of the bonus show that drops later today that we
yeah,
discussed
okay.
this.
So that
Yeah.
you're going to hear more about it. So, but we said you'd be in today, and we were going to lay your tasks out. Rob, can you kind of rehash for young Rob here, Robbie,
Yes.
exactly what his tasks will be?
Do you
when
know
we're in
what a
the house?
butler is? What technically a butler is? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do you know what a button is?
I don't.
I do. The
butler
the,
is-
the servant of the house.
It is the head of the kitchen.
Oh, the head of the kitchen. Okay.
Right. So he doesn't know what a butler is.
I didn't know that answer either, Robbie.
Okay,
Don't
so
worry.
now
Alfred.
the deal is about a butler is that the fact is you do not need to wear a uniform.
Okay.
So that's nice, right?
Okay.
Oscar said a tuxedo T-shirt would be nice.
Yes.
I'd be okay with even waiving that. I think as long as he's showered.
Yes.
And-
Well, it's up in Maine. You got to remember, we got one
unless
shower
is
for
he-
20 people.
If he's relatively hygienic, I'm fine with it. And
Right.
the main task we landed on yesterday is that all others must eat before you eat.
Or be
you're-
served.
Be
Be
served.
served.
And you're going to have to assist in serving, which is no big deal.
Sounds great.
Since the bar is part of the kitchen, Oscar likes an occasional cocktail before, during, and after.
beverage.
Yeah, and I'm there with him, so you'll need to, of course, sidle up to the bar and take care of that.
So
I
what it
like
is, let me
cocktail.
explain.
And no
if-
attitude.
First of all, you will not be responsible for cooking any meals because that has already been laid out.
Yes.
all right?
Unless
Okay.
he chooses to.
Well, let me
he'll
ask
poison
you
us.
this. No. Robbie, let me ask you this. Are you are you a cook? I mean, you're a man of larger carriage. You like food. Are you do you do cooking on your own?
I'll do an occasional cooking. I don't have a specialty. I can read really well, and I'm happy to be a sous chef if someone needs it.
Okay, all right. So then you will not be required to cook if you don't want to.
He
but
can
you
read
will,
really well, though.
Well,
But
cooking
the
is
thing
reading.
is, you will be required to for every meal. And one night I'm providing the meal. One night Rob is. One night Oscar and Shannon are doing it. And and maybe Carla will do it one night too. So that pretty much covers the week. The fact is that you will be required to serve every meal that's prepared. And then once everyone is served, that is when you bring we made an exception. Rob was against this.
I
but
was
we
going
made,
to have you eat in the kitchen, which is
Oh,
Rob
actually,
wanted you to eat in the kitchen.
and that's really an honor. I don't know if
So
you've ever
wrong.
seen at fancy restaurants when there's actually the
Right.
chef's table.
Oh.
That's really what it is.
The chef's table.
The
and,
chef's
it's-
table in the kitchen.
Yeah, next to the
But
fridge.
you will be, as soon as everyone is served, then you will be allowed to come to the table
Allowed,
with your
Mike.
spot.
He will be encouraged.
You'll be encouraged,
And
so you'll
welcome.
have your place, and then it counts for drinks. It counts for drinks, and so serving drinks as well. So really, now listen, that does not. And here's something where it's a real bonus: you will not be required to do dishes, but you will be required to assist in bringing the dishes to the kitchen. So what I'm saying is that serving the meal and then clearing the table is going to be your responsibility.
As head of the kitchen, really, dishes fall right under his
his responsibility.
We will be rotating.
You could surprise us.
He could. He could step in at any time.
He could be like, "Hey guys, I'm earning my keep."
Let me just say,
I've got a sudsy rag.
If you were to put the dishes into your duties, that would be tremendous extra credit.
That
would be tremendous extra
little
credit.
something in your envelope for that.
Yeah,
I can absolutely make that happen. That's
Nice.
not a big deal.
Seems to be the right attitude. Yes,
I have
Oscar,
a question,
go ahead.
if you don't mind. Mac, what's your night?
What do you mean?
That's right. You're not going.
Well, because he hasn't been invited.
Oh, weird. Oh, that got awkward.
It's okay. Nothing. I wasn't.
There are
saying
certain
anything.
moments, Mike, when I am so glad we spent the money on the video cameras. If you're listening to this podcast, go back and check out the video. It's super.
No problem.
So,
no problem at all. Everything's okay. We can move off this topic now.
If you were to be there, Mac, what would be the dish you would cook?
Pasta.
Spaghetti.
Well,
or ramen.
It's simply opportunity. Rob with 1B caught Mike on a weak moment. Pony wasn't going. It wasn't your day to be here. Otherwise, you would probably be coming with us, but unfortunately, we just don't have the room.
That's right.
It's okay, because I'm going to Rehoboth Beach that week.
You know, Mike, the Rehoboth Beach Speech Therapy Clinic? Right there on 190th Street. It's great.
I love Matt.
The Rehoboth Beach Speech Therapy Clinic. That is too funny.
Now come on in, and I want you to repeat after me.
Ocean.
Ocean. Go down to the shore.
Orioles.
You know, prior to going to the Rehoboth Beach Speech Therapy Clinic, I had a terrible time. I was able to work on my enunciation and enjoy them more and more.
Baltimore.
Here at the Rehoboth Beach Speech Therapy Clinic, we've taken thousands of people and trained them to assimilate back into society. Yes, whether it's a hair lip, a lisp, a terrible stutter, here at the Rehoboth Beach Speech Therapy Clinic, thousands have learned how to communicate. Thousands have learned to communicate more effectively. Before I came to the clinic, I couldn't communicate with others. Now I'm doing fine at the Rehoboth Beach. All right, anyway.
And remember, Mike, at the clinic, all the taffy you want.
That's right. Each of our graduates gets a bag full of saltwater taffy. And on graduation day, all of our students are treated to a trip to Thrasher's French Fries.
Yum!
At the Rehoboth Beach. It's Rehoboth Beach Speech Therapy Clinic.
Exactly, on 190th Street.
Absolutely.
That's the place.
So I think we're cool on that. I don't want any hurt feelings.
Yeah, next
I
year,
want to
Mac.
make sure the rules are established at the beginning so that Rob with 1B knows that, just the idea of like a massive boating excursion and seeing you two redwoods trundling down to the boat would just, I mean, you're going to affect the weight of the dock when you get on it. That's it. That's the way it's going to happen.
It would sway.
It would sway, boy.
I was wondering if maybe we could boat in shifts because the dock is beginning to sway.
Do you think there's a chance that we could tow one of you in a dinghy behind the boat? Do you think there's a chance we could do it, boy?
Hop off on the buoy, boy.
Should be fantastic.
Hey, can I bring some, like a football, frisbee, things like that?
Say no.
Now, when you say that,
Yes.
you indicate to me that you have a vision of this place like you did the last time.
Yes.
That it's going to be.
He's thinking Hyannisport, Mike.
That it's going to be Nag's Head. And it's not. You know that, right? We have rocks in front of the house.
Yeah, but that
It's-
doesn't mean
remember.
you
but
can't
there's a
throw
little
a
side
football.
yard.
Yeah, you can't throw a football, can't throw a frisbee.
I would prefer. If you wanted to bring a football and a frisbee.
Yes.
I would be very happy with
Yeah,
that.
Hey, he
That
could
would
bring a
be
football and he
fantastic.
could sit on it. I think it'd be great.
It's
Hey,
it.
I have a question
And-
for One Beat Rob. Do you
Yes.
think Rob would be up to taking the Frenchman's Bay Challenge?
Oh, boy. Oh, God, I swear to God, I wish we had a defibrillator in the house.
Yeah, it
really
almost
do.
killed me last time, but it's worth it. It's the
Would
water.
you like to tell Rob
Yeah.
what the Frenchman's Bay
When we head
Challenge
up there, the water in the bay will be what, like 50 or 52?
Something like that.
Yeah, and it's the water that actually Mike's property backs up to. And to be an official welcome resident of Maine, you have to go out into Frenchman's Bay and submerge yourself for a total of 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Probably the most enjoyable moment for me, the first time everybody came up, was the day that Rob went into the ocean, and it was spectacular. And Rob, you liked it. You enjoyed the
I will do it
experience.
again. I will do it again.
I'll definitely do it. Sounds
It
great.
is.
But again, we can't go at the same time.
Oh, that's right.
Because Mike hasn't paid the flood insurance.
No,
tides, of
on
course.
that one, we both. As a matter of fact, not only are you two going to do that at the same time, you're going to do that with no one else involved, because that is going to be captured by video, ladies and
Shirtless, of
gentlemen.
course.
I look forward to that. We will take a break, and we will come back. I want to hear about Rob getting drunk dialed by
Yes.
Tech 411. We'll talk about that coming up next on the Mike O'Mara Show.
You'll never find.
Hey there, this is Katie, and I would love it if you listen to the Cake and Cookies Show. No, really, please listen. I need an actual reason for spending all this time with Rob. Nobody really wants to spend time with Rob, but I'm fun enough for both of us. Listen to Cake and Cookies. You'll love half of it. My half. Every Wednesday at MikeO'MaraShow.com, part of the More Network.
I listen to Katie's promos, and I say, I am amazed that nobody directed her to a voiceover career
Her
in
voice
cartoons.
is so great. It's great.
Because she would be, Katie could have been on The Simpsons when I hear that.
Yeah.
That is her real voice, and you get to work with her. What's on the Fabulous Cake and Cookie Show this week, Rob?
This week, we're probably going to address the fact that she has to medicate her dogs for thunderstorms. And also that one of her dogs has a drinking problem. That she actually had to get a sippy cup for her wine because Presley will drink the wine. And when Presley was a puppy, had to go to the hospital for drinking about a half a bottle of scotch.
There you go.
These are all
Attaboy.
wonderful stories about what a wonderful parent she is.
That's Cake and Cookies on the More Network. Welcome back to the show, brought to you by Hotel Tonight. The 4th of July is on a Friday. We've mentioned that to you before. That means you've got a long weekend coming up, and I've got an app for you that will make planning easy. It's a brand new sponsor for the Mike O'Mara Show. Check them out. It's called Hotel Tonight.
Yes.
You see, hotels try to sell out of rooms every day, but when they don't, they offer great same-day deals on rooms that would otherwise go empty. Hotel Tonight lets you find those rooms. All you have to do is download the free app to your smartphone or tablet. You can search by location and hotel category, like Luxe, Hip, Solid, Basic, you name it. Booking takes 10 seconds. 3 taps and a swipe, that's it. The list is never overwhelming because Hotel Tonight keeps it easy to make your life easy. They have a low price guarantee as well. Get $25 off the first time you use Hotel Tonight when you use our code TMOS25. That's TMOS25, but you must use the code TMOS25. Go to the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store and download Hotel Tonight now for any smartphone or tablet. Launch the app and use our special code when you register by entering TMOS25 in the promo box to get $25 off your first booking. Hotel Tonight. A couple of things I want to talk about here. Not only the fact that you were drunk dialed by Tech 411,
So true.
but it's time for me to kind of let the cat out of the bag. I've alluded to it a couple of times, but it is kind of a change, and I know there are going to be a lot of people that are going to be crying out there.
Yes.
A lot of people are going to fall on their knees and start sobbing, but the fact is alcohol has not been a part of my life, and a lot of people don't know this since the Super Bowl. I have not had a drink. I quit drinking, and it's something that I've kept on the down low because in a stupid way, I was kind of saying to myself, oh, what are people going to think of me?
Well, it's
and
part
then
of
I'm
your
saying,
on-air persona.
Right.
It really is. I mean,
It
not
doesn't
just,
define you, though.
it doesn't define you, but it's part of it.
I think I've maintained a tremendously unstable emotional state without alcohol. The same one I had when I was,
True.
imbibing
There's no
on a regular
change.
basis.
No, there's
It's
no
probably
change.
a healthier lifestyle in the long run. And as far as the way it affected the show, it hasn't affected the show at all.
No, I really thought that you would stop yelling about the little things, and that has continued. So
Yes, goddamn right it has.
I really thought that it would change, but I haven't seen any noticeable change whatsoever.
And it will continue.
How do
and it will
you-
continue.
And people are going to ask why, how. Everybody's come to that moment. I remember when I quit smoking, I just woke up one morning and said, you know what? Enough.
Yeah.
This is that.
Mm-hmm.
What did you?
You do get a moment. You get a moment, and I think I probably said to both of you guys at one point, Oscar and Rob, I probably said to both of you guys at one point that I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
That it's just not the ultimate reason for it is that it's been building and building and building, and I think everybody that gets to be around my age,
And
a
you
lot
just
of people
had a new
bag-
baby.
Well, it's
Your schedule
all
completely
those factors,
changed.
all those
Lot
factors
of things.
contributed. Being an a-hole, when I would get too much in the cups, but more importantly than that, just the recovery. I mean, the
Takes longer,
recovery
doesn't it?
and the recovery. And hold on just a second.
Yeah.
I'm
No
gonna
problem.
Deal with this
Oh.
effing dog.
It's okay.
No, he says he's getting the dog, but what?
Well, Frankie hasn't quit drinking.
Well, the thing is, he says he's going to take care of the dog. He's actually going to get a drink. It was a good run, though. He made it since the Super Bowl.
no one said he could do 6 months.
Carl is home with the olives, and he's going to put them to
He
good use.
showed them.
That sounded like Frankie and not Beluga. So
Really?
Do you think someone is home? What do you think?
No.
Do you think it's an intruder?
There's a weird feeling that I have, but I don't think those dogs are going to be around for too much longer.
In what way? The health
Well, I
problems?
think Beluga's going to kick the bucket, unfortunately. That'd be sad.
I think Beluga's
And
going to outlive Frankie because Frankie's
Frankie
frail.
will
No,
somehow
I'm not going to outlive
disappear.
Frankie is dead.
No, I was just saying Beluga is going to outlive Frankie.
Well, today there's a real good chance. of that.
What
There's
set
a
him
real
off?
good chance
What
of
set
that.
him off out
That-
there?
Anything. He's a nervous little fuckstick dog. I swear to God,
this is
I
not
hate
a,
that dog.
Not a bonus show. Just a
sorry
reminder.
about that.
Pony.
All right.
Back to your sobriety.
So yeah, sobriety. And anyway, it's the recovery. The worst part for me, and this happened every time because my type of alcoholism, as I can tell you very openly here, is that I'm not the guy that needs a drink to get up in the morning. I'm not the guy that goes on a week-long junket and is the guy that's the first one to have a beer every day and drinks every day. I never was that guy. I think it's the only thing that kept me out of rehab is that I wasn't doing that. What I am, though, is the guy that never, and you guys all know this, never wants the party to end.
Yep, it's true.
Ever. And because of that, it would be not only drinking, but it would be a lack of sleep as well. And the recovery the next day got to be something that was just, I got tired of it. I said, I don't want to do this. I want to feel better.
The expense
That's
is
it.
not just the alcohol, but the day after. I mean, days
Yeah, the
were
day
just,
after was the
sometimes
days
just
after.
lost. Yeah.
What's
And
changed? Do you
when
feel
you,
healthier? Do you feel happier?
Well, the what's changed
Yes
is
and no.
is being present and being involved with an 11-month-old and who gets up no matter what at about 10 of 7 every single morning
Gotta do
and being there every day. This young man in the first year of his life has pretty much always seen me first thing in the morning, and that is something that
Horrifying.
I'm incredible.
Poor kid.
Good morning.
He's back.
Good morning. How are you? Good morning. But anyway,
Tell me about your dreams, little Michael. What?
Hello there.
What was
Hello,
the first
little
thing
guy.
you saw?
And especially when he's been sick and he hasn't been feeling
Yeah.
really well, it's nice to do that. And being present, being down here, major the time was right. Lots of major changes, and sometimes when you've got those, I throw a few extra ones in there to make it happen. And when I went back to Virginia a couple of weeks ago to go on the ride with Jimmy's, that was kind of interesting for me because that would be my drill on Memorial Day for years and years and years. My Sunday was get up at the crack of dawn. Certainly don't go out Saturday night because Sunday morning, crack of dawn, you go out there, you do the Ride of the Patriots, you ride with all the motorcycles, and then I would be looking forward to it for a week because I would say, then I'm going to get back to Jimmy's. They're going to move my bike into the firehouse, and I am there for the day.
Gone.
And that is all day long. And I went back to Jimmy's, and I was watching the people that were doing what I used to do, and I felt very relieved that I don't do that anymore because physically it just makes me feel better. At the same time, I miss it terribly. I used to love to do that. I really, really enjoyed that. And, it was a big part of the person that I am on the air, but I'm not going to hide it. It's I'm not like somebody, people, it really didn't matter. It didn't matter. If I'd have a good story once in a while, that would be about it. But other than that, it never really, impacted what I did for a living.
Again, it didn't define you, and really, there's another chapter in your life, especially with little Michael. The fact that you could be there and be present, as you mentioned, in the morning. That bond, that's something you can never recreate, and you're taking advantage of it
and the thing
now.
about it is it's not
point.
what everybody thinks when you do that. This is just a life choice. This is like giving up carbs. This is like, when you just choose not to do it. You choose not to do it. And I did that with smoking, and I did that with drinking as well. And I also, the only thing that I will go along with those programs that people go into is say that this is not necessarily something that I think, I'll say never, ever, ever, never again.
Right.
Because you never know that, and it could happen. But every time those moments have happened, and they've been frequent. Carla and her mom having a glass of wine one night, and I'm like, that really smells good and it looks nice and it looks like something I want to do. I never predict that that's not going to happen, but at the same time, every time I've gotten to that point, I kind of say, nah, you don't want to start doing that again. That's the way.
Sounds like you got your head in the
look at it.
exact right place for it. Then
So with that said, that prevents no one. It's funny if you came down here to Florida and you looked at my little cabinet. I still
I've
will
been
open
down
that.
there.
I will open that door up occasionally, and I'll look at I'll go, hello, old friend. Look at all my old friends.
You talk
Look
to
at
it
you
like
all stacked up.
when
yeah.
Zero Mostel talks to the money and the producers. Hello, boys.
Hello, boys. I miss you. Hope you've been well. I'm so glad you don't need to be refrigerated.
Yeah.
That's right. You can stay there for years and years just waiting. And I haven't thrown it out. It isn't that kind of deal where we're
Right.
throwing all the booze out. And to be honest with you,
You're
Carla,
still allowed to cook with vanilla.
yes,
Everything
absolutely.
is fine. Yeah.
And Carla, she has glasses of wine all the time, so that happens. So my question
15,
is,
20 a day.
speaking of that, did you get drunk dialed by Tech 411 the other night?
I
Speaking of
did.
people that still drink,
Was
thank
it
God.
Monday?
Oh, yeah.
It was Monday night. Was the happy
Yeah,
hour,
Monday
right?
night after our taping of Tech 411.
It was about 9:30, and I know this because
I like
I
the way
was.
you said Monday night after our taping of Tech 411.
I know because I had already put
Available
myself.
on the new app for the Michael Mara Show.
I put my cell phone away for the night. I was upstairs watching some TV, and my landline rang, which is weird because my parents are really the only people that call on the landline as a rule, and they don't call after 9. I didn't recognize the number, and you know what I thought? I thought, this is some misguided telemarketer. Let's have some fun.
Because your family's away.
Yeah, so imagine my disappointment when I pick up the phone and I say hello, and I get hello. And it's almost like a sitcom take where you take the phone away from your ear and look at it because you're not sure what you're hearing. And I say, hello? He says, I was wondering if Mr. Robert W. Spiewak Jr. is in the house, and if he is, may I have the pleasure of conversing with him?
Was this while you were taping or after you got
And
done?
I
After
realized,
fact.
I said, this is Drunk Oscar.
Yes.
And I said,
Really drunk Oscar to be calling
wow.
you.
yeah,
Fun Oscar.
when he calls me on a landline, that troubles him that I have a landline. And he would, you know what? He somehow thinks it makes him less cool to call me on a landline.
Well, but wouldn't it be safe to say of everybody on the show, you're the only one that needs the landline?
exactly.
Because you're unreachable by cell phone more than anybody on the show.
True
Because
enough.
you put it, what do you put it, like 6 floors down or something?
My-
You put it in your bunker when you like after 6 o'clock at night.
No, not usually. I'm available until about 8.
It goes
usually.
Rob, Mike, Oscar as far as availability. Oscar never answers his phone, but he always knows when it rings.
Right.
You and I turn in and put mine in another location so I don't have it wake me up.
Pony is
and
pretty
you do,
good.
You do
Pony
the
is
same
pretty
thing.
good as far as answering. And Oscar, a lot of times what you'll get is
Wait, hold on a second. Wait. Pony's pretty good as far as answering. Pony's like the worst junior employee I've ever had as far as answering
maybe
phones.
he's just ducking you because he usually answers for me.
Yeah,
He
he's-
never answers for me.
I-
He
I-
never answers for me.
I think out of everybody, it's Pony and I are the best at answering or texting back or following.
Well, what you a lot of times get from Oscar is that 2.5 minutes later your phone rings. You get, "Hey, sorry, airplane mode."
but I'm fine with that because it means he got the call.
Yeah, exactly.
And I almost expect that from Oscar. Rob, you are the one that when you go into your black hole, when you are when you are incommunicado, you are incommunicado.
However,
you are
in my defense,
unreachable. And the thing
I've
about you
told
being
you for
unreachable,
years, though,
you
that if
don't do anything.
But I've told you for years.
What is he doing?
No,
for,
what I
for
mean is
5 years,
he's
if
not
you need
away.
me, if you call me on my landline, I will get it. I will answer. I always will.
I that is true. That is true. But the fact is that, and rarely have I tried you at home when you're not answering the cell phone where you don't answer.
Right.
That is
and,
true.
I make mistakes like anybody. I turn my ringer off every day for the show. Sometimes I forget to turn the ringer back on. And
do you get busted for that too? Because I get complete crap from Carl about, is your ringer on?
Sometimes,
Is
yeah.
your ringer on? Because I will go an entire day with my ringer being off. I forgot.
And then you look and there's 75 notifications.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But it's it's a mental about making sure it's off. Sometimes I forget to turn it back on. And when the phone is going into charge, I charge it by the computer because it syncs up, and that's in the basement. And by the time dinner time rolls around, I'm not in the basement. If
What
the ringer's
about-
off, I'm not going to hear
What
it.
about
I will say that
buying another
sometimes-
charger and plugging it in your bedroom?
I don't want to be that close to my phone.
Oh.
And you can't sync it in the bedroom, can you?
I very pointedly keep my phone out of my bedroom because I don't want. Carla keeps hers, and she has some cricket sound for her friends that do the running app.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
that
that's
running
it.
app
The
that people
notifier,
have.
yeah. Mhm.
That's like, and I'm like, what the F was that? It's like, stop it!
Yeah.
Turn that thing off. And so she leaves hers on all the time. Mine, I will be honest with you, I keep in a separate room because I just don't want it to ring.
It's called
And
your
to be
cell
honest
phone
with you,
room, isn't it?
We'll have a night where the baby goes down. The baby goes down late,
Right.
and it's like 8 o'clock, which is late for the baby going
Sure.
down. And I'll sit there. I will finally put the baby down, and the baby's been difficult. And I go out, and it's TV time for me. I sit in my fabulous recliner that I have not enjoyed nearly as much in Florida as I did back at home. I'm like, hello, old friend. And I nestle into it, and then, of course, immediately there is a notification on the phone, and I realize that, 90% of the time it's Jimmy Cerrito because that's when he wakes up.
Yeah.
That's when his day starts.
Do you ever get
at
that time?
At 8 p.m.
At that time, do you ever get a text or a notification on your phone that's from your son that says, "Thanks for putting me down, Dad"?
Thanks, Dad. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Night,
As long
night.
as he has his stuffed monkey, he's okay. He's going to go out, and he is. I pray that through his 2s and his 3s, that bedtime is just like this. Because right now, I think it's pretty rare that you have an 11-month-old that you can put down, and you might get a little whimper, you might get a little crying, but then he's out.
That's
When he's ready to go, he's ready to go.
And you can't put a value on it. It is the best.
We're talking about a year of that boot camp, and hopefully that's going to work for us.
That's excellent. You know, Julia.
So getting back to the whole thing with these guys,
I think
they
you're going to be
drunk dialed me,
okay because
basically.
Julia was always a good sleeper. If it's the same
Good.
template, you're good. You'll never see her until she's 13.
TM
good.
Soft is expanding, which is Todd's company,
Right.
and he was.
Is that why he's looking for new employees?
Yes,
And that's the
yes.
point of the drunk dial, because after I said to Oscar, "How drunk are you?" He says, "Really, really hammered." I said, "How much have you had?" He said, "Like 1 million." I said,
No,
"Well,
I said 3 beers.
that's a lie anyway.
Well,
Anyway,
I've seen Oscar go off the aircraft carrier after 3 beers.
Yeah.
and I just
Yeah.
said to him, I'd had a couple glasses of wine. I said, "Well, you're winning. What can I do for you?" He says, "Mr. Todd Moore wants to talk to you." And I'm like, at this point,
That's such a good drunk Oscar.
now I'm ready because this is more fun than a telemarketer.
But
now.
just quick caveat: I didn't have your home number, but girl Katie Cole had your home number.
Yeah,
and
of
I
course.
said, "Let's call him,"
let's call him up on the 20.
because I called him
Call
on a
him now,
cell,
boy.
and I couldn't get you on.
And so I get Todd, and Todd sounds like he's had one more beer than Oscar. And that beer was a growler. And he said, "Rob." when Todd is really at this point, a lot of his talking has to do with exhaling. So I was
Right.
like, "Hey, Todd, how's it going?" "It's going good."
It's like he's seducing you, but
Yeah.
he's just hammered.
And I said, "What can I do for you?" He says, "I'm trying to hire people for TM Soft as audio engineers. What should I ask them?" And I realized that this is a weird mixture here because he's hammered, but this is something that's actually a real important question to him.
Right.
And we went through a few things, and I said, "Ask this, this, this." And he says, "Right. What about this question?" And I said, "That's valid too." And I said, essentially what the job is they're going to be the people producing the sounds for white noise.
Yes.
And I said, make sure, even though they're going to be looping sounds, make sure there's like a way they can prove that they know how to loop music. Because when you're doing sound, rhythm is very important, particularly in white noise applications. I said, if they can loop the intro to a record, if they can make it sound, seamless, they'll be able to loop anything that happens.
If you're
going to
make a mistake in a process like that, it's the rhythm that's going to get you.
It's going to get you,
sorry.
Mike.
I'm so
And he
sorry.
said, "Ah."
Gloria Estefan.
And then there's like a 5-second pause to a point where I go, "Hello?" And he says,
I just hadn't thought of that.
And then I grow tired of this, and I say, well, Todd, I appreciate the call and good luck with the hiring. And I'm thinking about him interviewing people, in 12 hours from now. And I say, and just the hot, boozy breath. And he said, wait. I said, what? I'm right here. He says, can I send you the quiz?
Has he hired anybody for TM Soft yet, Oscar?
We found out we were hammered, but we were serious. We were like, you should just hire Rob. You could hire Rob part time or whatever he wants, right? The second job you've been looking for.
Exactly, and I've been knocking on doors, Mike, for years.
It's what he lives for.
Where is this second job?
Rob, I'm sure you snapped that right up, didn't you?
You know what? It was funny. My resume was not up to date, so I was overlooked.
I'm really bummed out about it.
As we dug in, we realized he wasn't just looking for the White Noise Project. He was looking for a sound effects guy for video games, a guy that created sound effects for video games.
Ooh.
So,
Rob, that actually sounds like something you might enjoy.
It's pretty cool stuff.
And we were going back and forth, and I didn't know how, and this is the great thing about Todd. He'll wake up, and something we talked about maybe 4 hours beforehand, hammered, he'll have done. Like, he had the quiz done and ready to go before showtime the next day.
And he included all the stuff we talked about and the question that was added. The quiz was great. I really wanted to reply to him, I don't know how you did this, but what I replied was, good job.
So he interviewed a couple guys from gaming companies this past week, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, we'll see how Maine goes this year, and then maybe the following year, maybe that'll be the year of Tomo in Maine. But
that'd be excellent.
Now, based on Las Vegas, though, he fell into that category, that TN category and I'm not talking about TM Soft, I'm talking about TN as in Nancy.
TN.
Too needy.
Oh, yes.
We'll take a break, come back with Oscar Razzi on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hey, hello, babe.
My mom requested this song, Mike. I had to play it. When Mom asks for a song, you play her a record.
Is she an Elvis fan, Rob?
This is not Elvis. This is The Shadows from Great Britain. But yeah, she loves Elvis. She does.
Well, the shadows in the hallway.
It just sounds like, can you start it again from the beginning?
You bet. It's called Rhythm and Greens.
Okay. See, it just sounds like it could be an Elvis song from a movie.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like a mid-'60s Elvis record.
Like Elvis works at Apple,
Yeah.
I'm on the line making those iPhones. Yes, sweet.
What he would be, Mike, he would be an engineer, what do you call it? A software engineer / singer. Everything he is in a movie, it's always / singer.
Put that gigabyte on that phone.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hey, Mike, where's your Christmas music?
Come on now. Gather all the employees around at Apple. Celebrate the life of Steve Jobs, and we're going to sing a little song.
Summertime and the living is easy. Yes, summer's finally here, and you want as much free time as possible. Am I right?
Right.
Right.
Wake up, Oscar.
Don't let going to the post office cut into that time. Use Stamps.com instead. Everybody knows that going to the post office is a drag, finding the time, finding parking, waiting in line. All those things make Oscar Santana say... No, it's
you
boo.
say boo.
Oh, boo.
It's
boo.
boo.
I
You
apologize.
say boo.
Boo. Wow.
Stamps.com is the better way. He's writing his Oscar Razzi
He
as we
is.
speak.
No, I was
buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter or package.
It takes time to click refresh at tmz.com.
No, I was texting Chris, our business manager, that we're running late. We have a 10 o'clock standing meeting every day.
Buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter or package using your computer and printer, then just hand it to your mailman. Postage on demand. The future is now. Going to the post office can be a drag, and it makes Oscar Santana say,
boo.
Thank you. We use Stamps.com, Jesus, and we love it. It saves time, money, and our sanity. Act now for a free finish line. 30-day free no-risk trial and $110 bonus offer. That includes a free digital scale and up to $55 in free postage. Just go to Stamps.com and click on the microphone to use our code TMOS. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com, and before you do anything else, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type TMOS. Just remember, Stamps.com and TMOS. Without further ado, time for our entertainment report of the week with the man himself, the man who schedules meetings, works for a software company, consults for major manufacturing, and does the Mike O'Mara Show and 15 other podcasts. I give you Oscar Santana.
Gentlemen, let me tell you, Harrison Ford apparently really did get hurt on the set of Star Wars 7.
So what? It was his leg or his ankle?
Contrary to initial reports that he suffered a broken ankle on the set of Star Wars 7 last week, Harrison Ford actually broke his leg.
Wow.
Surgery.
That's nasty.
He had to go in for surgery. That's how bad the break was.
Now, there's nothing funny about medical issues, Mike, but why is it that it would be so much funnier if Harrison Ford had broken his hip?
Yeah, that's true. The hip would have been funny. As far as I'm concerned, when you say there's nothing funny about medical issues, you haven't watched Sex Sent Me to the ER.
Actually, I have.
Hey,
Gentlemen, it looks like he'll be out for 2 months.
Oh, that's not bad for a guy his age. I'm surprised it's not longer.
It's not bad, but what does this do for production? It looks like it's going to cost millions of dollars to work around him. The CGI effect that we talk about for Fast and Furious 7 is being considered for some of the filming so they could save some money, but we'll see what happens.
All I know is the exchange was like this. The producer came into his hospital room and said, "How dare you break your ankle during production of this movie?" And Harrison Ford looked back at him and said, "How dare you, Mr. Producer?" Sorry. Just an old Harrison Ford joke.
Wasn't it interesting, though, that we talked about it? Everyone said it was no big deal, but he had to get medevaced out of the set.
Yeah.
So it had to have been pretty damn bad.
But are they shooting in London? Where are they shooting?
They're shooting in the UK, yes.
Okay, so they actually...
That's interesting. They medevaced him with a broken leg. That seems a little excessive.
Well, they're not going to make him walk.
Well, that's what I think.
Well, they could drive an ambulance to him, Rob.
The fact that it took so long for this to get out, we're talking about 2 weeks after the fact, right?
Mm-hmm.
But think about when we initially heard the story, that they said it was just a kind of a freak accident. He had a broken ankle, maybe sprained.
Right.
But for precautionary measures, they took him out. They took him out on a
compound fracture it is.
On a medevac.
We actually, Oscar, we have someone who was on set that day.
Crippled he will be.
Do you think that he's too old to be in movies?
Old he is. Dementia has set in. Walk he will not. Limp he will forever.
Pretty scary. Pretty scary.
Thank you, Secret Insider.
Rossi hiking he will go.
Will he bring his drone?
Rob with one in two, please. On the boat they will sink.
Hey, Hollywood Insider, do you need a lozenge?
A Jedi needs no lozenge.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
Gentlemen, as we move on, I know we were all Breaking Bad fans,
Yes.
and one of the big rumors, and now
Meth he will cook.
Oh, he's still here.
Oh, he's here.
Sorry.
No,
Hollywood
please hang
Insider.
out through the entire thing.
Paddling I will.
Yes. You're in from Dagobah, aren't you?
Yes. Tatooine.
Bob Odenkirk. What does that name mean to you?
Oh, he's Saul.
Yes, Better Call Saul. Apparently.
Oh, sequel he has. No, a spin-off he has.
It's a spin-off.
Yes.
Absolutely. Better Call Saul will be set almost like a prequel to Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Do you think the buzz on that show is very bad?
No, it is very good.
Really? I heard
Yes.
that they're having trouble with production.
So good that they've already renewed it for a second season, and it hasn't even hit the screen yet.
Really?
That's how good it is.
All right. Well, I'm very surprised at that. I would think that would be, that was a really character central to Breaking Bad, and I'm just kind of curious that I don't know if he could carry his own show, but now I'll check it out.
Did you get that bad advice from a Hollywood Insider?
I did. It's
Watch it, you will not.
So that's big news for Bob Odenkirk. He also stars, if you haven't seen
After
yet,
MASH it is.
Fargo on FX.
Oh, the show based on the movie.
Yes. I finally got through all 10 episodes, the first season.
That's supposed to be great. Did you like
Billy
that?
Bob Thornton's in it. Well worth watching. You would love it. Check it out this weekend if you can.
Oh, cool.
Before you get any spoilers.
Okay.
So Bob Odenkirk, he's not just making money on Fargo, he's making money on Better Call Saul. 13 episodes in the first season. The AMC just ordered 13 more episodes, so you can't go wrong.
And
there.
also, he is an amazingly funny man. I mean, really funny. Not just a good actor, but a great talk
I've
show
heard
guest
a
and
great
everything.
buzz about Fargo also. I've heard tremendous things about that. I did not know that the Better Call Saul is going to be successful. I thought that they had production issues with it. That's
Well,
what
you know what? Actually, what I read, and I think you probably have it there, is that even though it has already been renewed for a second season, there's delays in getting the first season complete.
Yes.
So it's sort of a good news, bad news. It's going well. It's just they're having
They're filming in New Mexico.
Yeah, it's a
set.
slow go of it.
Yeah.
So.
Last one before I go, guys. I know it's a little short today, but Saved by the Bell is coming back, and it's coming back. This is a little scummy. Have you ever had Dustin Diamond on your show? which was
No,
a
I have
Screech.
not had the pleasure.
He's trash.
Oh yeah, so we had the pleasure in Phoenix to have him on in studio and for extended segments. And at that point,
Light day.
at that point, he was pitching his sex tape, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And he also
he's very well endowed. That's the rap on him.
Yes, he also does stand-up comedy or tries to.
Yeah.
Apparently, this unauthorized biography will be based on Dustin Diamond's book, and they've got.
So are they making a movie?
The real characters aren't coming back for it. They're actually making a tell-all movie made for television.
Oh my God! No.
What about behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes of Saved by the Bell.
Is it going to be like R-rated?
It's not R-rated. It's going to be on whichever television network it gets picked up
maybe
on.
the
They haven't
TV
announced yet.
TV Guide channel.
Yes.
What a waste of time.
But it's
Hey, you could get the role of Mr. Belding.
Yes, thank you.
It's interesting because you look at the cast they put together, and really everybody looks like it's just like they were young guys, like a new John Paul Gossier, like all these
Mark
guys.
Paul
Mark
Gosselaar.
Paul Gossier.
And is this gonna be like what really happened during the taping of the show?
Yes.
Is the
Tiffany
one
Amber
playing is the
Thiessen.
one who plays Jesse as hot as Elizabeth Berkley?
Elizabeth Berkley's. I'll let you decide right now.
Okay,
I'll turn
cool.
the computer around. You can decide. You can tell which one she is clearly.
Yeah, she's not as hot as
Not
her.
as hot.
No,
But
I wonder
it
if in
should be
10 years
interesting.
if she'll do a movie like Showgirls.
Mario Lopez
With ice cubes and nipples.
Yes.
and Lark Voorhees, if you remember
Yes,
her.
Lisa Turtle.
Oh, look at you.
I watched the show a
nice
lot.
pull.
Very good.
So they're coming to that story. Their story based on Dustin Diamond's book is coming to a television near you.
You know what? I'm looking forward to the movie, but I hate the fact that Dustin Diamond is getting money for it.
Yeah.
I would
know.
like to see him fail.
It sucks.
Well, simply because if it was anybody else, you'd be like, okay, let's see what happens.
Exactly.
And it was so salacious the way that he actually came out with that sex tape and then tried
yeah,
to
I
spin
mean,
everything
it's like
around.
Barry Williams and that guy. They just never let it go.
Yeah.
Never let it go at all.
Pretty soon they'll
Is that
have
it?
the sex
That is
tape together.
Oscar Razzi.
That is Oscar Razzi. We will take a break and come back with Rob and the Magic Audio Vault on the Mike O'Mara Show. Everybody, take it away, band. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. We talk about Encore all the time. We're doing another big push for our wonderful friends at Encore. We want you to go out and get your life insurance. Everybody needs it. Encore is the place to go because they survey all of the highly rated insurance companies to take care of you. Here's the number we want you to call. It's 866-347-5748 to get a free life insurance quote. You can visit Smart Term at smartterm.com. That's where you'll find the license disclaimer and quality customer service. Encore Insurance Services, LLC. Check them out for us, but mostly for yourself. Stop paying too much for life insurance. Let me give you those numbers again and the website, 866-347-5748. That's 866-347-5748 or smartterm.com. Protect your family the smart way at smartterm.com. Without further ado, let's open up the audio vault, everybody, for Friday, June 20th, 2014. Rob Spiewak.
Gonna have to beg your indulgence on this, but a guy died yesterday that meant something to me, and I put something together. His name was Jerry Goffin, and he is most known as being Carole King's husband, and they wrote a lot of hit records in the 1960s. But
You surprise me periodically with the people that you highlight, and I saw it on your Facebook page, and I didn't realize until I read what you wrote how many hits he had.
I didn't know
penned.
who this guy was, and I didn't know why you cut my Oscar Razzi short. Now I know why.
Well, no, I actually gave it. We're almost on schedule today.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, because we got to hear about this guy.
Well, it's a really great entertainment report when a guy who's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, his death happens and it doesn't make the thing. So,
Well, I knew you'd talk about
oh,
it.
okay. So we actually planned it, Mike. This is just fun repartee. He
Okay,
actually
play your
wrote-
montage.
He wrote over 50 hit records.
Jesus Christ, the setup is good. All right, no, he wants to do his setup. Let him do it. Let him do it. Go
And
ahead.
I just want to say that he was a chart force from 1960 to 1989. He is dead, Mike. Yes, you are correct. And he's the only person on earth that actually wrote a record for the Beatles and Whitney Houston. And I guarantee anyone who hears this montage is going to hear at least one song that means something to him.
Okay, good. I like this.
Here is Jerry Goffin, 31 records in 3 minutes.
Everybody's doing a brand new dance now. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. I'll do my crying in the rain. Chains, my baby's got me locked up in chains. One fine day, but will you love me tomorrow?
Wow.
With every breath I take.
put the rhyme in the rhyme-a-lama ding-dong. There's room enough for two up on the roof.
You think his lips can kiss you better than my lips can kiss you, run to him.
Go away, little girl. Hey, girl, I want you to know.
And take a chai and step outside your mind.
Don't say nothing bad about my babe. I can't stay mad at you.
Something tells me I'm into something good. Something tells me.
Keep your hands off my baby.
Another Pleasant Valley Sunday.
Take good care of my baby.
You make me feel like a natural woman.
She's a star collector.
Ain't it good to know you've got a friend?
Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? We go together like ram-a-lam-a-lam-a, ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-dong.
Tonight, I celebrate my love for you.
I miss you like crazy, so I'm saving all my love. Yes, I'm saving all my love. Yes, I'm saving all my love for you.
Not just an amazing length of hits, but all genres of music for solo artists, groups, soul, pop, standards, everything. Safe home, Jerry Goffin.
Jerry Goffin, I would have paired that list to about 4 songs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which is why I begged your indulgence.
But the thing is, I mean, those hits, I recognized about 10% of those. I mean, how many of those were they all like chart toppers?
Yeah,
The
they're all
ones,
all top 20 hits. Many of
I
them.
mean, but
top
he's
10.
best known for Carole King, right?
Well,
That's,
being married to Carole King and a great partnership with Carole King.
and
yeah.
also writing a couple of her hits as well.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah, excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What?
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 I mean, that was 2 minutes too long.
Is that it?
Let's be
no,
honest.
there's more. I just
Well,
want
what's
to know.
going on? It's not my segment. It's the audio ball. It killed the show, but other than
Yeah.
that, I'm fine.
I thought perhaps
show
that-
killer.
Normally, I indulge you, but I'm sitting there. You know.
All right, then let's play a game.
Oscar texted me. That's 2 minutes too long. Rob, I'm sorry. I'm laughing at that. I mean,
No, it's fine.
really, when I heard
As
the
I
first one, I
said-
was like,
as I said, I beg
okay,
your
that
indulgence.
first song, and then it was just like, okay,
How about we-
these are all songs he wrote,
Yeah.
but they weren't hits.
Well,
How-
no, they were.
How
They
about
weren't
we-
all. They weren't all hits.
What if we play that at the end of the show?
Okay. Would you
know.
like to play it again? Is that
No,
what you're
no,
saying?
no, no. Please don't do that. Please, please.
Then I'm unclear. Let's play a game.
He's texting me. All right.
All right. What did he
We're gonna
text
play a
you?
game?
We have 2 minutes too long.
No.
What did he
I
text?
just-
No. What did he text you? I couldn't.
Oh,
look
he
at
texted
him.
me. He texted me. He said, "This." Well, first of all, it's an Oscar text.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. This us 2 minutes too long because he can't fucking text. Or is and then he wrote, or is TMOS all music all the time?
Oh, there you go. All right, I'm going to play you some electronically distorted audio. Tell me what
Okay.
this says, okay?
Right, very good.
Oh, it's a record scratching.
Let me hear it. I'm playing for you one more time. You can make out the words, okay?
Oh, wow.
It makes
I
no
got no
sense,
idea.
right?
Yeah.
Here's the
Right.
weird thing. I'm going to play you what it is, and then when I play you the distorted version again, you're going to be able to understand it. This is like an optical illusion to your ears. Here is what was actually said.
The Constitution Center is at the next stop.
The Constitution Center is at the next stop. Now listen to the same tape I played you earlier. You could understand it, couldn't you?
Yes, absolutely.
How does that work?
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
But it's similar. Scientists say it's very similar to the way when you put closed captioning up on a foreign film, you begin understanding the people with accents. It's just the way your brain works. And
Okay.
Mike, there is the greatest audio vault of all time.
Jesus
Have a
Christ.
great Friday.
All right.
I love you, Rob.
What about the mailbag? Did you figure out what we were going to say? 'Cause
You
I
said we're
was
going to
gonna
say
give
that
the
on
address.
Monday. You said we're going to do that Monday.
We're going to do that on Monday.
Exactly.
Okay, for now, if you want to send anything to the show, it's ponyboy at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And remember, if you said it, we might read it. If you need it the old-fashioned way, our address is TMOS, Box 2796, Leesburg, Virginia, 20177. And remember, our official e-voice hotline. Look at Rob tapping. Look at Rob tapping his finger right now.
red.
That's right.
I'm
Full of love.
He's going to kill
Our,
me.
our e-voice hotline is 800-440-8167. Thank you. We'll see you Monday with a brand new show. Bye-bye, everybody.
Ciao.
Hi, this is Mike O'Mara here to remind you that if you're starting a business, forming an LLC, or getting a will, LegalZoom will provide the personal attention you need to help take care of the details. LegalZoom is not a law firm, but provides self-help services at your specific direction. Enter discount code TMOS for more savings at LegalZoom.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.